It's all about making money, baby.
Titanic 2, My Heart Went On.
Tom Hiddleston dated Taylor Swift.
So I think that women should be paid less than men for the same job.
Hi, my name is Josh.
And I'm JJ.
And welcome back to your
third favorite podcast, Season 2! We are so excited to be back for another season of fun, crazy antics. For those of you that are new around here, look, we get it. The podcast world, it's so oversaturated. Everybody with a mic and a Mac has a podcast.
And you probably already have your first favorite podcast, a podcast that you love.
You probably already have your second favorite.
But this is your third favorite podcast. We're setting those expectations very modestly.
Mm-hmm. We want to be in the bronze medal slot.
Exactly.
That's where we want to be.
You'll either listen or watch this and be like, yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
That was fun.
I didn't love it, but I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
I liked it. So we are in my in-laws' garage. Yes, Bob and Shannon's garage. While my wife is at work, I get a little bored, so I was like, JJ, why don't we do a podcast? And Bob and Shannon agreed to let us do it here.
Bob and Shannon FTW, which is a breve for the win.
For the win, yeah.
Breve is a breve for abbreviation, for those of you that don't know.
Yeah.
In case you couldn't tell.
This is season 2. If you missed season 1, we'll put a link to that in the description. We had a season-long competition that I ended up stealing in the last episode. I was losing the entire season.
Yeah.
Came from behind in the very last episode. And JJ won what we call Matt Surprise. That Matt Surprise was for the loser.
Yeah.
What'd you have to do?
I had to watch all 12 Medea films in a row consecutively. So for 23 hours of my life, I was watching Medea. It was awful.
Lots of popcorn, lots of coffee.
Lots of pizza.
Yeah?
I got some pizza.
Some pizza?
Some pizza. It was delicious. And then I felt like crap about 3 a.m. So,
yeah. And we documented the whole thing.
We did.
If
so
you want to watch
see the
that
video,
that is also in the description. We will link that down there if you want to watch that. It's a fun watch. And what would season 2 be without a season-long competition?
Right. And last season, it was a surprise. This season, it's not a surprise. But we were like, we have to up the stakes somehow. So this season's punishment is going to be permanent.
And the best permanent punishment we could think of is a tattoo. So,
yes.
Matt, if you want to hand that over here. So we're getting a tattoo of someone who's very near and dear to our heart. Yes, we're getting a tattoo of a person who we referenced a lot in season 1. I think he came up.
He came up in the first episode,
Yes.
and then he just kept popping up pretty much in every episode. We love this actor. We think he's fantastic. And
He's got incredible range from Spy Kids 2, Island of Lost Dreams, to
Mr. Deeds, to
King of Staten Island.
You know,
recently.
You guessed it.
Many
it's
films.
not Daryl Sabara from Spy Kids.
It's
Steve.
Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi. There's a nice close-up.
And
for
if
you.
you're just listening to the audio, head on over to our Instagram at Good Clean Fun TV. You can check out the picture.
Yep, right there.
We will post it.
My wife drew this, so my wife knows that there's a possibility at the end of the season this will be on my body.
Yeah, and some of you have already seen this because we did a big campaign a while back to get renewed called #renewed or tattooed, so we could get renewed for a second season. And
that garnered a lot of excitement.
It did, and that is why we are here. So thank you to all of you who liked, commented, subscribed, all that stuff, because it helped us get here.
And now would be a good time to remind you that we are on a new channel. Yes, don't freak out. This is the Sunday Donuts channel. The full season 2 episodes will be going on this channel, so like and subscribe to this channel. And if you would like to see extra content, you can go to our Good Clean Fun channel. That's where we'll be showing web exclusives that will not appear in these full episodes.
Yep. That's also where season 1 is. It's kind of like, the Good Clean Fun channel is kind of like, our OnlyFans, because only true fans will go and subscribe to both.
Yep, and we're going to be showing a lot more of ourselves.
A lot more of ourselves on that channel.
Yeah, I'm going to hang this up, and you can explain
you
where
hang
this
it
is going.
So with that being said, with the tattoo, we're going to hang it up, and as I get points, it's going to go closer to Josh. As Josh gets points, it's going to move closer to me. And at the end of the season, somebody is going to be getting that tattooed on their body.
And
permanently.
If you lose, where do you think you're going to get your tattoo?
I will probably get it on my left thigh. That's my joke thigh.
Your joke thigh. Okay. That's good, because I've got a joke arm. On my right arm, I've got a religious tattoo. I've got a tattoo for my wife. Her middle name's Rose, so I got a rose.
Oh, that's cute.
So I think I'll get Steve, if I lose, on the back of my left arm there. So it's like, it just felt a little weird to have like something that's very honoring to important things in my life, and then just Steve Buscemi's
Well,
face.
I mean, I'm a little offended that you wouldn't honor
You're right,
Steve and the podcast.
The podcast means just as much to me,
but
as my wife.
It's okay. I mean, I actually kind of like the fact that we're going to be on a fresh arm. If you lose, I'm not going to get cocky. I got cocky last time.
You did last time and you lost.
And I lost. So.
But for now,
we love to have hot pockets here in this garage. We have found, after extensive testing and research, that to cook 2 hot pockets to perfection, it takes 2 minutes and 47 seconds.
Don't listen to what the box says.
Do not
2
listen.
minutes, 47 seconds.
And I know what you're thinking. That's a long time.
You're thinking 2 minutes and 47 seconds. That is an eternity.
We like to pass the time by playing a little game called Pitch a Sequel.
So during those 2 minutes and 47 seconds, we're going to pitch a sequel to a random movie that Matt is going to give us. We don't know what this movie is. 2 minutes, 47 seconds to create Hollywood's next blockbuster sequel.
So, Josh, you want to get these hot pockets ready?
I
Matt,
will.
you want to give us a... We're gonna go ahead and pick a random movie out of Bob's Sun Hat. Oh, yeah, he does. The film that we are pitching a sequel to is The Titanic.
Oh.
17-year-old aristocrat Rose falls in love with a kind but poor artist named Jack aboard the luxurious, ill-fated RMS Titanic. Josh, have you ever seen The Titanic?
I have.
I've actually not seen. I've seen parts and bits and pieces. I've never seen it all the way through.
It's just
but I know
Titanic, not The Titanic.
Sorry, Titanic.
To clarify, JJ has seen bits and pieces, which we know exactly what scene he's talking about. Draw me like one of your French girls.
I will say I did remember my family was watching it. We were at our cabin once, and I was watching up from the top. Great movie. I know how it ends.
You weren't allowed to watch it?
I wasn't allowed to watch it. My parents were so strict with movies growing up, and then eventually they just stopped caring. Because I kept asking to go see all these movies. Can I go see Pineapple Express? And they're like, you know what? I don't care. Make your own decisions. And I was like, yes.
It was probably the same thing with like Harry Potter and all that too, right?
Harry Potter we couldn't read, but we were able to watch.
What's the difference?
I don't know. I think my mom was reading too. The books came out way early. Anyways, that's beside the point. So, Titanic, we are pitching a sequel to. Here we go. So, the end of the Titanic, of course, we all know Jack ends up dying. He ends up falling to the bottom. And then Rose is old, and she drops and goes, ah! And drops the jewel down into the water, which is where they get to the start of the movie, which is where they're looking for it. So, that's the setup. Here we are.
We open on a submarine, and it's, technology has advanced to a point where they're like, obviously they found the Titanic, they've got stronger submarines, they can get down there, they can look down a little more, and they're going down into the depths, and they find something that they're like, we didn't see this before.
Mm-hmm. It is a door.
And it's a very specific person's door. It has their name on the front. They were a VIP guest of the Titanic.
Yes.
It was?
Jack.
Yeah, of course. You guys know. It says Jack, no last name. Yeah. And we all know, Jack who died.
Yeah, Jack who died. And so they look under this door, and they see these remains.
Yeah.
And then right next to it, they see under the rubble, they see a jewel.
Yeah.
And they're like, interesting. So we find out that when Rose dropped the jewel down in the random spot in the ocean, it actually landed next to Jack's dead body.
And so what they're noticing is they shine the light on it, and it sparkles or whatever, and then they turn the light away from it, and there's still light in the jewel. And so they start charging it up with the light, and they pull it away, and it glows for longer. And then what they do is they see the remains. The remains are floating like, that's just the wake of some book. And so they're like, you know what? We better just bring these up to the remains and the jewel just to see.
Just to see. So they bring it, and then they like this body. I mean, it's been under the water. It's been there, so it's like very deteriorated.
And it looks really bad. For some reason, it's like it's flesh and skeleton. But there's not just skeleton; it's flesh as well. And so they bring it up and they slosh it on the table. It's all the squishy sounds like you would expect. And they need Rose to identify. She was very old in the first one, but
she's even way older now.
It was super old. And they were like, we need you to identify this. They call her up, and she's like, I'm that part of my life is behind me. No, we really need you to identify this.
So they rush Rose down, and on her way, she has a heart attack.
Yes.
She has a heart attack, and so she gets picked up by an ambulance, and then
they rush her to the hospital, and she's sitting right next to the remains and the jewel, and she turns, and it starts glowing, and it's a heartbeat. And they end on a freaking cliffhanger.
So, that is Titanic 2.
My heart is lost at sea. Kind of romantic, honestly.
My heart went on.
My heart went on.
Titanic 2. My heart went on.
Let me not get too excited.
Yeah.
Let me get the hot pockets.
So essentially, the cliffhanger, you can kind of see what's going to happen. I know we're past the time, but you could see that Rose is going to die next to her Jack.
Yeah, she's gonna die next to her Jack, and maybe it's not a cliffhanger. Maybe that's just the send off they needed, where she needed to see Jack one more time, because obviously, and I could be wrong here, she never remarried, did she?
No, she did not remarry.
Her heart, part of her hurt died when he sunk to the bottom of the ocean that day.
And so her heart went on with him.
Yep. Wow. You're tearing up.
I am.
You're making yourself cry.
I think this is a crowd pleaser.
Especially because it's like really 2 people died that day. Rose's heart died along with
Jack's body.
Jack.
But Jack's body was, super dead. And frozen. All right, well, it is time for some points. So we are playing a brand new game called
See That Be, which stands for Call That Bro. How Call That Bro works, I'm already nervous.
My heart's actually really racing. I'm hating that we came up with this game.
So JJ and I have created a list of people that we both mutually know. And I will have to tell JJ, like, you're calling this person. And Matt is then, right before he gets on the phone, going to give him a random topic to talk with this person about. And then we're going to time each other. And whoever has the longest conversation wins.
The winner will receive 100 points.
The first points of the season.
And you cannot at all imply that this is for a game or a challenge. You just have to just call them up and start a random conversation with them and see how long you can keep them on the phone.
And if Matt deems something to be like, oh, that's cheating, we'll be disqualified.
Now, can we deviate from the topic that you give us?
You may, but just basically the premise of your call has to be about this.
We have to keep it around, so we can't start with that topic and then go directly into something else.
So I mean, if you want, this could I mean, depending on how good you are, this could last an hour if you start talking to them about other things or whatever. But the initial call has to be, hey, I tried to call you. I was calling you about such and such. All right, I'm going to have JJ select who you will be calling first, Josh.
And I'm going to call them from my phone then.
Yep. Okay, Josh. I'm going to go ahead and grab your phone.
Okay.
And I'm going to type in this person's name.
I feel like I'm going to throw up. I really
typing in your phone.
Uh-oh. I spilled Hot Pocket
who you are going to call.
Okay. Oh, our buddy Dan. Dan Martin. If you watch season 1, Dan is one of our friends who we sent a mail time to.
We sent him dog diapers, adult diapers, and a dog training video.
Yeah. Okay. So
this one might be easy for you. Just he might talk for a while. But
he's on Indiana time, so
we'll see. All right.
In the middle of the day.
All right, Josh. Your topic is the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
The Marvel. Oh man. You know what's? It makes me. We're close with Dan, but it still feels weird because I haven't called him on the phone in a while. Okay, well, here we go.
Hey Dan, wanted to pick your brain about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Oh
gosh. Hey Dan.
Handsome man, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, buddy?
Good. What's up?
Sorry, I know you probably got a couple missed calls from me. I was just out. So, long story short, the last couple days, Brenna and I, my wife, we've been so, of course you see her on Instagram all the time. We've been binging. Do you have Disney Plus?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've been binging the Marvel movies and watching the the new shows. Have you watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier yet?
I've seen like 2 episodes, and it's pretty freaking solid.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
What part are you at?
I've kind of just like walked in and out, like seen it while it's playing, so I don't really know like how it fully. I can't, or maybe I don't think I've seen how it resolves.
Yeah.
But every part that I've seen, like, yeah, I'm that guy that like walks in and out of the room. And I'm like, dang, this looks good.
Yeah. Well, for some reason I'm in the car right now, and I kind of got the vibe that I like to call people I'm in the car. It's just like passing
No,
the
I
time.
love it. Me too.
Yeah, dude.
Something to do. Otherwise, I just kind of zone out. And I'm like, oh shoot, I should turn.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I was wondering because that the Loki show is coming out soon, and have you seen Infinity War and Endgame?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So do you remember when he when Loki grabs the blue the blue
Yes, that like Tesseract.
Yeah.
Yes. Got it.
I
Yep,
thought
the blue cube.
I don't know why I feel like you're you're good at Marvel stuff.
Are you starting to get like
Well,
to like the superhero?
yeah, so I mean, Brent and I have been watching them like in anticipation of Loki. We've been watching like the main Loki ones. Like, I think he obviously watched the 3 Thor movies, and then he's in, I think he's in all of the Avengers ones. So
Yeah, but
So,
then he gets
I don't know.
owned by something.
Yeah,
forget
it's just
what.
it's like it's one of those things where when you're stuck in your house all day, and as things are like starting to like open it up, but it's like at night, what are you supposed to do other than like prep for Loki? So
Yeah, right.
yeah, so
Keep it low key though. You know what I'm saying?
hey, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know why this just popped into my head, but do you remember when Tom Hiddleston dated Taylor Swift?
What was up with that?
I don't know. And then he wore that shirt that said like I heart TS. You make your own music, and you're like yatted all up and down the arms, where it's like our little baby boy Dan was so sweet and innocent in college, and now you're starting to look like Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I guess that's DC. That's not Marvel, but you're moving around so much, you're gonna have to start like get one of those Tony Stark ships to like move back and forth from Indiana and Texas. I wonder if we could do a Wing and Wisdom Wednesday over Zoom with JJ.
Yes.
Or without.
Yes.
Just the two of us.
Zoom and Wings Wednesday. I don't know. We'll figure out something.
Zoom and Zumba Saturdays.
Zoom and Zumba set. Headbands required.
And leg warmers.
Yes. Oh yeah, dude. Awesome, buddy. Well, I'll be praying for you, especially today. Appreciate you, love you, and we'll talk soon.
Dude, love you, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bud.
Okay, bye, Dan. The time was
Wow.
16:40.
Well, I lost.
So we told Josh to wrap it up. So JJ, if you last as long, we'll give you both the points.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Well, I'm officially gonna lose. 16 minutes and 48. I love Dan.
All right. You ready for yours?
No. This is like my heart is pounding.
This is who you're calling.
Tiago.
I'm having you call Tiago.
Okay, Tiago's one of my coworkers. What am I talking to Tiago about, man?
Your subject to talk with Tiago is the NBA.
and Tiago is from Brazil, right?
Yes. He's gonna know something's up for sure.
16:48 is your time to be.
Freaking NBA. Give me a break.
Hello?
Hi, Tiago.
Hi, JJ.
How are you, Bubba?
I answered because there's like, maybe you want to buy Starbucks, and I was like, not answering,
Super random question. Are you watching the NBA?
No.
Sorry. Do you know anything about it?
Yes.
Yes. So who's all in right now? Like the playoffs? I'm in this, league where I have to try, like, it's like a betting thing, and I'm trying to like place the best bets like on the NBA, and I'm just like, I have no idea like what I'm doing, like who to place the bets on.
For which games? All the games?
Yeah, just all the games. I was at PF Chang's with my dad, and it was on Atlanta.
The Hawks?
Yeah, Atlanta, and wait, who were they playing?
The Knicks.
The Knicks, and the Knicks are gone, right? Knicks are done.
Knicks.
Or no, that was 0-1.
That was game 1.
That was game 1.
Shouldn't be at the PF Chang's either. So.
Why? I love PF Chang's. What don't you like about PF Chang's?
Are you acting right now?
Am I acting right? No, I'm not acting right now.
Is this a bit? Are we being recorded right now and this is a bit?
No.
Hey, I want to say hi to your audience. I think they're awesome. Follow me on Instagram, Tiago Jericho.
It's not an audience. I'm just at my house right now. And right. I don't know what to do for this betting.
Are you sure you want to be betting? You don't know what's happening.
Well,
okay.
Yeah,
bro. It's gonna be the Suns or Boston.
All right. I'm only putting in $250. Like I have like 30 minutes to get the bets in.
Why are you recording us now then? If you wouldn't call me for basketball ever. That's true. This is pretty true. It's the most unlikely thing you've ever done in your life.
Well,
yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. I just lost the game.
How was the game?
Well, first off, can I use parts of this call?
Yes, I knew it.
So thanks a lot, guys. Right as I heard the NBA, that I had to talk to you about the NBA, I was like, I'm gonna lose 100%. All right.
Bye. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
All right, JJ. So you were caught.
Yes,
So
JJ was
Josh-
caught and disqualified.
Josh, you get 100 points. Go ahead and put it up on the board.
Put it on the board.
That's the first points of the season. The Buscemi has been moved closer to me, which I don't like. I think we need some more points here, so we are going to go to another classic from Season 1, Polarized. Matt, go ahead and explain how Polarized works.
Well, gentlemen, there are a lot of hot button issues out there right now, and we're going to have you guys debate the issues. I'm going to give you a topic. JJ, you will always argue for the topic. Josh, you will always argue against. You will each have 30 seconds to make your argument once I give it to you. Then if you so choose, you will have a 10-second rebuttal. And then at the end of each round, I will decide who gave the better argument and award them 50 points for each topic.
People need our opinions.
Yes, they want them too.
All right, your first topic, gentlemen. The proper way to eat ice cream is by licking it, not biting it. JJ, your argument for.
Okay, thank you so much to everyone. So the topic at hand is biting or licking ice cream. Now, sure, you can do it both ways, right? Because it's all going to the same place. But I do believe that there is a proper way to eat ice cream just based on the way that it is. And I think that is licking, okay? So when you think about biting, right? When you bite into it, what you're trying to do is you are trying to break it into smaller pieces. Now, with ice cream, you don't really want to, need to like
your
break
30
it into,
seconds
break
are
it
up.
into,
Thank you, Josh. Josh, your argument, please.
Okay, so I'm going to make the argument that ice cream was made for a bowl, okay? And when you scoop it from a spoon, that is not a lick. I think that's closer to a bite than it is a lick. If it's in a bowl, it's a bite. And also, yeah, maybe you lick vanilla, but I think that's the most boring flavor ever. If I'm having cookie dough, chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream, I have to bite in the chocolate chip cookie dough. That's a bite. And if you only say you lick ice cream, you get rid of the best flavors in the entire world.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh. Your counterpoint, JJ.
Okay, now we're not talking about cookie dough, just cookie dough in general. We're talking about ice cream, okay? And I think it is bad for your teeth. It is bad for your teeth if you bite into it a lot. And if you have sensitive teeth, that's harder to do.
Your counterpoint, Josh.
Okay, so we're just going to stop doing things that are bad for us, huh? We're going to stop going to Chick-fil-A or stop going to In-N-Out, okay? And honestly, I said
That's not what
all
this is
great
about.
Hey, he's talking during my time. I said you would bite into cookie dough and you would lose a bunch of other
thank
flavors.
you for your arguments, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. Neither one of you really convinced me wholeheartedly, but Josh at least made an argument. So I will say that Josh won that round. All right. The person flying in the middle seat gets both armrests. Your argument for JJ.
My argument for, okay, so I think that this comes down to common courtesy. First off, a lot of times it's not fun to be in the middle seat. Okay, so I think it's a common courtesy, and I think it's kind of one of those underlying things that's kind of said, not said, of the person in the middle kind of gets both armrests because they have the least amount of space. Because the person on the window, they can kind of lean over and kind of have the window to the side. The person in the aisle, they can kind of kick their leg out. So the person in the middle, I think, should at least have the opportunity to take the armrests first.
Thank you for your argument, JJ. Josh.
I would disagree, but only slightly. You might be surprised. I agree that the window seat person, I say they don't get an armrest at all, except for the one that's on all the way to the side. Middle person gets that armrest for sure. Person on the right, the aisle is good, but you can't kick your leg out the whole time because you're gonna get clocked by the drink person going by. Ask my dad, he darn near lost his elbow one year when we were flying to Spain. I think the middle person gets the whole left and the back part of the right.
Your counterpoint,
not the
JJ.
entire
Okay,
right side.
you're talking about something that takes 10 seconds, and so I think that, yeah, sure, you can't have it out the whole time, but that's like a small inconvenience rather than the entire flight inconvenience.
Your counterpoint, Josh.
Yes. What do you want to drink? Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me get that for you. That was 10 seconds. That is
All
not
right,
how
thank you.
quick.
Thank you for
that
your
is not how
arguments,
quick
gentlemen.
ordering and giving your drink
I will
goes.
have to say that the argument that resonated with me the most was it's about common courtesy. So this one is going to have to go with JJ.
Thank you.
I agree.
Thank you.
I agree. Yeah.
Our next topic, Disney needs to cool it with all the live-action remakes. Your argument for, JJ.
Disney needs to cool it with all the live-action remakes. Okay, there's a lot of classics, animated classics that, of course, a lot of people are wanting to see, but I think it's becoming cash grabs, and I think they're losing the heart. They're losing the heart about it, and it's all becoming about the money, and it's all about rebooting the franchise so that they can make that they can make more. And so I think that they need to cool it, because otherwise I could see this going to a place where they lose kind of some of that magic, but then they are the ones who are, they're going to be laughing it to the bank. And so I just think that the heart behind it is going away.
Your counter argument, Josh.
I say, who gives a crap about the heart about it? It's all about making money, baby. Lion King made over $1 billion, and in the end, Disney is the business disguised as the magical kingdom. Who wouldn't want to see Tom Hanks and Tim Allen as real Buzz and Woody? That would be incredible. And who wouldn't want to see like Jada Pinkett Smith as Princess and the Frog, Princess Tiana?
All right, your rebuttal, JJ.
I think that a real life Woody and Buzz could be kind of creepy if these are, real life toys, but whatever. I don't have anything else to say. That's
your
just
rebuttal, Josh.
Bad rebuttal. I think we all, after seeing Toy Story as kids, tried to catch our toys coming to life, and I think everybody would love to see that in live action.
All right. I do agree that JJ made the better argument here, that it loses the heart of it, loses the magic. They need to cool it. All right, our final topic, women should be paid less than men for the same job. JJ, your argument for.
Okay. So I think that women should be paid less than men for the same job. Now, look, what was first? Adam, not Eve, okay? Eve came from Adam, all right? So I think that just based on from a humanistic standpoint, men should be paid more. Now, I'm not saying a lot more, but I think just a little bit more because of the fact that they came first. And so, but if I just think that's my argument.
Josh, your counter argument.
I don't think we should discriminate based on anything: age, gender, religion, sexual orientation. If you're good at the job, you should get paid fairly for it. Come on, people. It's 2021. This guy's stuck in 5000 BC with Adam and Eve. Come on. This is crazy.
All right, JJ, your rebuttal.
That wasn't really an argument. You just said that I'm stuck in 5000 BC with Adam and Eve. I don't understand what your argument is.
Josh, your rebuttal.
Okay, I didn't know it was my turn. People are not inherently, this is the argument, people are not inherently better if they're a different race or a different gender or whatever. That's a straight up argument, you bigot.
All right, I have to say, JJ, your views on this topic are very behind the times. So this one's going to go to Josh. So both of you won 2 of those topics, so you each get 100 points each.
Okay.
All right, that's
I mean,
fair.
let me be clear. I don't think that men should get paid more than women, okay?
By that
All right? No. Well, we are reaching the end of our show, and it is time to hear from our favorite reporter out in the field, Tat Morey, for This Day in History. Tat?
Hey guys, it's great to be back for another season of your third favorite podcast. I am vaxxed, waxed, and ready to relax out here in Pyongyang, North Korea this week. That's because today marks the 71st anniversary of the start of the Korean War. That's right, on June 25th, 1950, forces from North Korea, backed by China and Russia, invaded South Korea, which was aligned with the United States and the United Nations. But nowadays, the U.S. is allies with Russia and China by all accounts, but not North Korea, even though China is still friendly with them. But North Korea and South Korea never actually signed a peace treaty, so technically they are still at war. It's all very complicated. But back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Tat. That is the end of our episode, and we are starting something new this season where we are going to improvise a song about everything that just happened in this episode so you never forget.
Mm-hmm. We used to end with mail time, but our budget decreased significantly, so we don't have the budget to be able to send people tons of stuff anymore.
So we're going to do this instead, and this is free.
This is the next best thing.
All right, so here we go. Here's your song.
Oh, today we pitched a sequel to Titanic called Titanic. My heart went on.
And you'll say it's a worthy sequel, and if you said that, you wouldn't be wrong.
Oh, we called some bees of ours Dan and Tiago.
But JJ got caught by his bee, and he said, oh no, I'm going.
We debated on some hot topics like Disney remakes and women getting paid.
And now I don't know if I made the right choice with my friend when I said I'd stay, because his views are stuck in the Stone Age.
Your favorite podcast is over.
We hope you had fun. And now it's time to go to bed. So good night. Thank you so much for watching.
Good night.
Please like and subscribe if you did like it.
And send us a comment.
Yeah.
We would love to hear from you.
We'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.